Welcome to video number 3. In this series, I am sharing all of the ways that you can use my tarot deck specifically for introspection and also sharing some worksheets that can help you on your journey. So the third way that you can use my deck is by utilizing the journal prompts that are already included in the guidebook. What I basically teach when it comes to doing introspection and just using my guidebook in general is really focusing on one thing at a time. Of course, you do what you want, you make the rules, but the way that I kind of set things up and share it is basically with the expectation that you're focusing on individual things, not necessarily trying to do it all at once, although you have all of the resources to do that if you choose. The guidebook includes at least one journal prompt that relates to the card that you picked. And I want you to take time, like all the other videos I've shared, take your time to review the prompt as you pull the card and also write your reactions or observations. Each week, 3 to 4 additional prompts will be shared for specific cards. This is an example of what some of the journal prompts look like. So I have pasted an example of the Emperor card and the Empress card. So this comes from the guidebook. So the Q under example 1 stands for question, and it says this is a card that urges you to take control over your life and to give yourself stability. How can you give yourself more stability today? So this, I feel like, is an example of a journal prompt that you can do in one day, or you can keep it up with the whole week, whatever you choose. But I do feel like this is something that you can do every single day if you look at the prompts for the card. And then the next example also is another journal prompt, but instead of Q, which stands for question, I've included question to ponder. These are examples of prompts. And for the Empress card, it says, have you been giving too much of yourself to others? And so this would lead to you really thinking about whether or not this journal prompt applies. This could be something that you've done in the past. This could be something that you're currently doing or perhaps going through. You can decide that. But as always, with each of my worksheets, I do want us to look at specific areas. So if I'm looking at the Empress card as an example, have I been giving too much of myself to others? Well, now I'm going to look at, how does this question relate to specific areas? Have I been giving too much of myself to my job? Have I been giving too much of myself to perhaps friendships or family? Am I giving enough to myself? These are all ways that we can take the journal prompts that are already provided in the guidebook and make it even more specific, so we're looking at different areas. So I do suggest asking yourself the journal prompt that's provided and asking yourself, where does this kind of fall in these specific areas? So this is a shorter video compared to the other two, but the reason why I made this one so short is because there are similarities to video 2, just as far as like the thought process. But if someone does want me to kind of go through this and give the examples like I did before in the last 2 videos, I would totally be fine doing that. But I do feel like this one's a little bit more easier to understand versus the other ones. As always, let me know what you think in the comments, and I will see you in the next video.